Hey, what's up everyone? Vegetarian Zombie here, and I want to welcome you to my first channel update. It's hard to believe. Here we are. A channel update. Huzzah! Well, to tell you the truth, I generally don't do channel updates and so forth. My channel is really small, and it seems that you can see more about my channel as it's actually in action versus me having to make updates and so forth. As the channel gets larger and larger, then what I'll do is I'll issue channel updates regularly. But for now, this is the first one, and I want to say hello. Thanks for watching, and let's just get to business. Okay, so in the last few months, I've been running a bunch of shows, and I wanted to do this update so I can give you some information about these shows so that you won't be disappointed, because I'm making a few changes. Okay, the first thing I did is in January or February, I decided to dabble my toe into the AAA arena, and I ended up playing a bunch of games. The first one is Wolfenstein, and if you've been watching this channel for a little bit, you'll see a Wolfenstein video appear every so often. I actually recorded my entire playthrough of Wolfenstein, and the game itself was really fun at the beginning, but by the end, I got really frustrated with the game. It started feeling very repetitive and very boring. How should I say? Is basically I was just not happy playing the game. Where I am now is I have about 8 more episodes to go to complete my playthrough. But the episodes quality themselves, the commentary is really dropping. You can just hear how unhappy I am playing the game. And what I've decided to do is temporarily, or I should say, I've decided to cut to end that series. If you've been following Wolfenstein and you're interested in actually watching it through to the end, definitely let me know. Write me a comment and I'll continue doing it. But for now, it's just such a slog for me to do. And based on the numbers I've seen in the past few episodes, it doesn't seem like a lot of people are watching it anyways. But if you are one of those people and closure is very important, then by all means raise your hand and I'll continue to do them. I'm not going to delete those final 8 episodes, in fact, but what I may do is later down the road is just release them, just not make an announcement about them and just push them out to complete them. But right now it's taking a lot of energy to edit them, and when the quality isn't very good, it takes a lot, especially when they don't get viewed by a lot of people. So definitely let me know. The next game I wanted to bring up is Dying Light. I was playing that for a little bit, but I quickly realized within the first episode I didn't really like the game very much. I recorded about 3 episodes. I only posted 2 of them, and then I put the game on basically infinite hiatus. Later down the road, when the game comes down in price or if there's a hole in the schedule, I may pick it up again. But I don't want to call that game canceled, but I just like to consider it indefinitely on hold. The final game I thought I'd bring up in the AAA market is Alien Isolation. Alien Isolation is a fun game. It's creepy as anything, but recently a commenter named Hunterverse brought up a really good point. Hunterverse is also a Let's Player, and I highly suggest you check out his channel. But the point he brought up was that playing a game by Sega is very dangerous. And he's absolutely 100% right. Not too long ago, Sega actually issued copyright strikes against Let's Players who had a game called Shining Force on their channel. And some of these Let's Plays were a couple years old. Now, if you don't know anything about YouTube channels, a copyright strike is a very big deal. When you get one, you have to jump through all these hoops to get your channel basically running back as normal again. If you get 3 copyright strikes, your channel is effectively shut down, you lose all your material, you're done. So just getting 1 copyright strike is pretty major. And you have to ask, why did they issue these strikes? Well, the reason was because they wanted to increase the search rankings of their own videos. Now, the rest of Sega was really ticked off about this move, but they didn't repeal it. So some channels were shut down as a result of Sega wanting to better place their products. What this means in my universe is I am actually playing with fire. I have Alien Isolation up, and if Sega, for instance, wanted to do, or when they release another Alien product, they may see this channel as being or as adversely affecting their search rankings, and they may issue a strike on it. That's just a little too dangerous for me to have, especially since it's a very small channel anyway. So what I'll be doing is I'm canceling my Alien series, and what I'll probably be doing is I'll make them private, just so I can just get them off the radar, so that Sega doesn't have an axe to grind with me in any way. And it's kind of creepy too, because I looked up the permissions for Creative Assembly, the developers of the game, and they're very much like, yeah, do let's plays of the game, but yeah, we can't control Sega, so good luck with that. Yeah. Needless to say, it's just a little too dangerous, especially with this channel. I just don't want to risk that. So I'll be shutting down the Alien Isolation series. Kind of a bummer. I've been enjoying that, but I just thought I'd let you know. Okay, on to the other series I've been having. Now, I have two series which is tutorial based. One is called Intro to Twine, and it's basically a way to teach you game development using Twine. If you're interested in that, I highly suggest you check it out. Twine is a way for you to create a choose-your-own-adventure story, and I wrote that Twine is a way of creating a choose-your-own-adventure story, and I created this video tutorial series that will walk you through on how to create your stories in Twine. And it's very, very helpful, and it's pretty easy to actually start using. I created a follow-up series called HTML for Twine developers, and that was meant to teach Twine developers HTML and web development skills and so forth, to add some pizzazz to their games, and it's not really being well received. It's getting some views, and some people have been liking it, but on the whole, I think it's a little too esoteric for what people are looking for. I think people want to learn how to make Twine games, and for learning HTML and other things, I think they're going to watch other content. So in such ways, I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to close down that series. I'm not going to cancel it per se, but I'm just going to put it on the shelf. If you've been following those series and you're interested in seeing that kind of content, please leave me a comment, let me know, and I can always reverse that decision. Again, doing something like that takes a lot of work. It's not just simply recording a video game. It's more like making a lesson and preparing and then walking through that lesson. So making those, it's a non-trivial matter, and I really don't think I'll be restarting it, but definitely let me know if that impacts you in a negative way. The other one I have is called Beginning C# with Unity. Unity is a game engine, and on my day job, I teach people how to create games in Unity. So this tutorial series is actually helping me out on a professional basis, because I can point to people, hey, you need to learn C#, go watch this video series. I'll be producing these regularly on a consistent basis. If you're not interested in game development or not interested in learning coding, just ignore them. And they'll be coming out probably for the next year or so. And that said, we're going to get back to my regular games. And the regular games I have are Radiation Island, 7 Days to Die, and The Long Dark. Radiation Island has been awesome. I've been really enjoying that series. Been having a great time, and the community that has been forming around that has been really awesome as well. You guys rock, and I really appreciate all the feedback that you've been giving. It really makes doing the series completely worth it. It's funny. That was a game I bought for $3. I thought I was only going to make a couple episodes, and people are just really liking it. And it's really nice to make something and put it out there and have it be appreciated. So thank you so much. And we'll continue doing that game until we finish it. I think there was a lot of ambiguity, especially in the beginning. And I was like, I'll make a couple seasons. I'll make a couple episodes. But I'm going to be doing this until the game is over. So have no fears about that. The next one is 7 Days to Die. That's been kind of the mainstay of this channel. I'll be continuing to do that. I have another series coming up. And I actually have a couple tutorial videos I want to make about that as well. The next series, I'm not doing random gen, I'm doing the pre-map, but I also found a way to import new prefabs into the map, or points of interest, and they include like a McDonald's, a prison, and so forth. And that's going to make the series really fun. And then finally, we have The Long Dark. And The Long Dark's been going well. And I like doing it, and it seems to be being well received. I'll be continuing to do that for the time being, probably until I die in that game, in which case I'll switch in another game, and then every so often I'll keep going back to the Long Dark. I have a few other games on deck, such as Project Zomboid. I have Rebuild 3. There's another one called Dead Effect. And I think another one I have is New York Zombies 2. Some really cheesy... That one is really cheesy and really fun. And every once in a while, you'll see those games show on. And every once in a while, you'll see one of those games make an appearance. But I'm not too sure exactly when that's going to happen. So for now, the schedule is Radiation Island, 7 Days to Die, and The Long Dark. I did get up to at one time 5 shows in rotation, but I think I'm just going to keep it smaller. That way the content can rotate faster. And if you like a show, you can see episodes coming out more often than they currently are. In fact, when I finish The Long Dark, I might even just have Radiation Island and 7 Days to Die going, and so forth. So that's the current plans for this channel. If you have any suggestions or if there's any games you would like to play, definitely let me know in the comments. Just to let you know, I'm running a Mac right now, and I'm doing Mac-based games. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm doing an equipment upgrade this year, and I'm basically getting some new editing software. But the big thing is I'll be making myself a Hackintosh, which is basically a PC that runs Mac, and then I'll be able to jump on to all the Windows survival games. And there's a ton I want to play, but because I have all Mac hardware, it's a little hard. Especially like Ark right now. That's a real big one that I'd love to try out. But I may also be playing Rust and so forth down the road. More to come, This channel's a work in progress. But again, I want to thank you all so much for watching the channel. It's been a real blast. I started Let's Playing in July of last year just to test out the waters. I made 10 or 8 episodes of a Minecraft series. And then I started in earnest around Thanksgiving of last year. And when I approached doing a Let's Play, my goal was to get 50 subscribers for the year of 2015. That was awesome. I meant to get 3 subscribers per video. 3 subscribers per month. So far, we're halfway through the year, and I have 150 subscribers. That is beyond my wildest dreams. So thank you so much. Thank you for being part of the channel and supporting the channel. And I hope you've been having a good time, or having as good of time as watching it as I have been creating it. And for the next 6 months, we got a lot more stuff coming down the road. So thanks again for watching, and I guess I'll see you in the next episode. See you then.